My name is Kimber Harris, and this is my boyfriend Eric Duff. Today we'll be conducting my sales video together. Eric is my customer, and I am an employee for Kissimmee Valley Feed. He will be buying a special formulated feed for his new weanling horse named Brandy. I will use the compensate and counterbalance method, then the agree and neutralize method, and then to close, I'll be using the special deal strategy. We will begin. Hello Eric, how are you?
Hi Kimber, I'm doing great. How are you?
Awesome, doing good. I hear you're done with school. How's that?
It's awesome. I'm loving not having any homework.
That's great. And I've heard you've added a new addition to your animal family.
Yeah, I have a new young horse named Brandy.
Awesome. How much does she weigh? Her age? How is she?
She's 8 months old. She weighs 540 pounds, and I'm looking to buy a new feed for her today.
Awesome. Well, at Kissimmee Valley Feed, we can help with that. We have a wide range of products. We started kind of wanting to specialize for the cattle ranchers in this area, and we've since then expanded for equine, small like companion animals, and also exotics. So
Okay.
I hope you find what you're looking for today.
Absolutely.
So the feed with horses, we want to maximize their fat and fiber intake as well as their protein when they're young, just to make sure they fill out correctly and making sure that they gain right weight in the right places. Also with that, we want to minimize the amount of starch and carbs they get. With this, they can get onset of bone deformities and also other diabetic issues and things that we don't want to get into. So the feed that I would suggest is Triple Crown Growth Feed. It's about $30 a bag from us. Do you have any concerns or anything? Does this sound good?
It sounds expensive per bag, and it sounds like a lot of feed for a young growing horse.
Agreed. So with young horses, they eat a lot because they're constantly growing, and then since they're constantly growing, they need feed changed constantly. Since Brandy is younger, we'd suggest feeding weanlings about a pound for 100 pounds of body weight. So with Brandy, she would be about 2.5 pounds of grain in the morning and then 2.5 pounds of grain in the evening to minimize, and then she would get about 5 pounds a day. So that's
Okay.
probably about right. Do you have any questions so far?
Yeah, that still sounds very expensive, especially for how much I'm gonna have to buy.
Right. I understand your concern. People do feel that this feed is expensive, but they have found that with this feed, their horses have a better body condition, their coat looks shinier, they have a better demeanor overall, and they haven't really seen too many overtaken like starch and carbs that we don't want to maximize. With our guaranteed analysis on our feed bag, I have shown it here. We want weanlings to be around 15 to 18% of protein, and when they're younger, we want to be on like the minimum amount of side because we don't want to give them too much. So with our crude protein in our feed, it's about 15%, like right on that line.
Okay.
And then our crude fat and fiber, we want to be around 10 to 15, and our crude fat is 10, and our crude fiber is 15. So it's pretty perfect, like minimum amounts that we could start her out on, which would be perfect, and then you could also up her feed as she gets older.
Okay.
Are you feeling a little bit reassured about this feed so far?
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds very well balanced.
Awesome. So do you think you would be ready to close this sale?
It does sound like it has a lot of value, but it still sounds very expensive, especially with how much I'm gonna have to buy.
I understand this. With weanlings, I know you're gonna go through a lot of feed, like per month, since they eat so much, and then you're also upping their feed. With Brandy, since she's gonna eat about 5 pounds per day, you would get a 50-pound bag. That's what they're generally at. So you'd probably get about 10 days max out of that bag. Hopefully, if like no external factors come in like rain, if it's a good bag of feed, nothing gets into it, you know. So you probably aim for 3 to 4 bags a month. It does get pricey, but we also offer coupons and stuff with our customers. So this can help. Are you feeling a little more reassured now?
Yeah, that sounds a lot better.
Great. Yes, and like with this, our coupon-based program, you can sign up for our rewards program, and we'll sign you up for monthly coupons, and they can be used on store and in store and online. So you don't have to come see us all the time because we are a pretty far drive from Gainesville.
Okay.
But yes, those coupons are valid online. And then I can also send you coupons if you give me Brandy's birth date. I will send like her birthday coupons, and then she can get like discounts on feed and products on that day as well.
Okay. Cool.
Do you have any last minute questions on the feed or the store policies or anything in general?
No, I don't think so. It sounds like a very good value.
Awesome. Have you had a good sales experience? Do you think you'd be a returning customer?
Yeah, absolutely. This has been great.
Great. And I see that you feel this feed is good for Brandy. Like overall, you feel
Definitely. It sounds like it has the right nutritions and everything, so I think it'll be good.
okay. Well, since you have bought a bag of this Triple Crown feed, I will give you 2 bags. If you buy 2 bags today, I will give you a coupon to use on the 3rd. That way you're pretty much set for at least a few first weeks of this month. With Kissimmee Valley Feed, we value our customers greatly, and we want to make sure that they're getting the best feed for their animals and the best results out of those animals, especially performance. Like, we want to make sure they're good to go. So we hope that your experience has been great and that you'll be a returning customer for us. Are you ready to close this sale?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. It was fun doing business with you, Eric.
You too, Kimber. Thank you so much.
Thanks.